So the first thing we're going to talk about is when you're folding, you're bending along the grain, the easy way to curve it. All these little waves in the grain give you the added benefit of it curving easily. This is the first method we're going to talk about, where you actually use a ballpoint pen to rip between all of the pieces of corrugation. So here on this piece of cardboard, I'm going to do this on the bad side because I don't want to ruin the good side and make it look all damaged like this. You just take the pen and go in between the corrugations. So here, I'm going to push it through right there, and I don't have an empty pen, so if you had that, that would be best, but otherwise, you can just use one like I'm using right now and go through with a normal pen, and it just colors it a little bit. And then you also want to make sure that when you're doing this, you want to do it on something you don't care about a lot, because it might leave some marks, especially if it's not an empty pen. And then also, oftentimes you don't get quite all the way through, so you'll end up with these little connections at the edge, and that really messes with the fold being nice and smooth all the way around. So you want to make sure you clean those up as well, so that it breaks all the way through at all of these spots. And the great part about bending cardboard this way is that it's really hard to mess up, since the ballpoint pen can't actually cut all the way through the cardboard. You don't have to worry about that, and it kind of just naturally falls into those valleys so that you get the split right where you need it, and it curves really well because of those rips, and you're not really missing any material. It still has a little bit of like smush to it, and it can go convex and concave curves, so you can curve it around a groove just like this, and you can also take it around in this direction, and that works really well. It doesn't work amazingly for like really small radiuses. So right here you can see there's some little like wrinkles there, or if you tried to go around a really small circle, it doesn't work super well. I mean, it's still okay, but I think there are some better methods for that. It also is really ugly on one side. With all these rips, you don't really want that showing on the outside, and there are some ways to cover it up, so you're going to want to keep those on the inside, but if you have to see both sides of whatever you're making, then this probably isn't the method to use. So for this next one, we have to separate the fluting. So we're going to cut between all the pieces of fluting to get this nice kind of curve with all those little separate pieces on it. So to do this, you want to make sure the bad side is whichever one you're not going to see, and in my case, I'm probably going to see the outside more, and then you have to carefully look for all the flutings, and you could do this in a couple ways. I really like marking it down this way because it's easy to see from the top, and then I can go by and cut between all of them. And this is really helpful to have a sharp knife, and I definitely recommend having a small hobby knife like this one because it's just a little more controlled and accurate. And then what you're going to do is take these lines all the way across, and they're inside of these valleys in the cardboard. So where there is a opening here, you want to cut all the way down, and then that's going to give you that separation that we want. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're making straight lines and not cutting along the mountains of the fluting, so the lines have to go straight through the valley. And then also, you want to make sure you're not cutting all the way through, so it's just through one layer of the cardboard, and that's what's going to make it able to bend without just becoming a whole bunch of separate little pieces. So now we have this nice cardboard bend, and the pros about this is that it looks a lot nicer than the ripped edges of our other piece, so it looks nicer, and you can almost become like invisible if it's all the way flat. And it does a little bit better on small radii, small circles and stuff like this. The inside curves around really nicely, but the outside is going to give you this plated look from all those split pieces. And also, it only can bend in one direction, so you can't bend backwards against these without just kind of creating some folds. It doesn't work very well that direction, so you probably could do it and it just wouldn't turn out super great, but you can take it and bend it this way only, and then the inside is just sort of plated like that, and I can't really go around this way very easily without getting kind of all those weird ridges, unless I flip it over, but then in that case, my plates are going to be on the outside, and that makes it a little more fragile because these can kind of get ripped off and peeled off. Method number 3 for creating smooth curves in cardboard is to remove an entire face, and then you'll have a nice bendable piece of cardboard just like this one. And they actually sell it like this, but if you just have a regular piece of cardboard like this, you're going to need to peel off one of the pieces of paper from one of the sides. I don't want to go at an angle because then it's going to rip and give me more hairs, so definitely if you find some like this already put into its one face form, then you can keep that, and that'll make your life easier. Now, oftentimes it isn't quite this hard to get one face off, but I suppose it just depends upon the cardboard manufacturer, and it is very important to get it all off. Alright, so we finally removed one face of the cardboard, and that one was more troublesome than a lot of them can be, but the real pros with this is that it's very flexible and very bendy. You can get it over really small radii because of how little support there is, and it's also a little more fragile than some of the other ones would be, but you can wrap it like this, and this gives you a very cardboard aesthetic on the outside and a smooth inside around there. And then you could also put the corrugation on the inside, and then it would still bend around really well, but you'd get this flat outside. And the inside does look a little funny though, with all these ridges touching this, and there's like those gaps in there. And it could look nice on the outside, you might be able to say that, but at the same time, it could also just be really kind of hairy like this, which does not look super great and would take a while to clean up. That's definitely a con for using this method. And now my fourth method for creating smooth cardboard curves is to actually just use paper, and this could be the paper that you've ripped off of your one face of cardboard. So if I rip this off of here, boom, now I have a piece of paper. Or you could just use ordinary construction paper or like cardstock and use this to create a nice cardboard round shape. And if you rip it off of cardboard, then it's going to look just like cardboard and nobody's going to know the difference. So the thing is, it is very weak, but you can bend it like around anything because it's so thin and flexible. Although it's fragile, if you support it correctly and get things working well, then just using paper can definitely be a big technical advantage to make things look really nice in your cardboard creations without actually having to put in the work of making your cardboard bend the way you want. But also, here's another little pro tip for you. If you take maybe like this method and you ripped one side of paper off and then you wrap it around and you don't want to see this bump on the outside, you can then take a piece of paper or some of the cardboard that was ripped off and glue it back on while it is curved. So now you've basically created a permanently curved piece of cardboard that looks totally regular, and that is really awesome. You could do the same thing with any of these other methods where you've got an ugly side and you want to kind of cover that up. After bending it, you could put another piece of paper on it and then it would look totally smooth like a regular piece of cardboard. Alright, well at Maker Brain I like to give you options so you can use your creativity however you want. So we were just learning how to bend with the grain. So like here, if I'm bending, it tends to want to bend along these corrugations because that's just easier for the cardboard to bend and collapse in that direction. But what if it is not with the grain and you have a piece of cardboard where the grain is going all the way down and you want to bend it along that axis? So here, there are a few ways to do this. They don't usually turn out quite as nicely. The simplest way is to simply crush one of the faces. So if you take your thumbs, is what I like to do, and crush down an entire face of the cardboard, you sort of move back and forth, and then this causes it to bend. You're making it thinner and crushing a lot of the support structure of those zigzags inside so that now it's able to bend. While still having both sides of the cardboard, it's pretty strong and also pretty a pretty fast way to bend the cardboard, but it does not bend super easily. So like here you can see it still kind of wants to fold at some spots, but since there's no corrugations, the corrugation likes to fold. See, if I bend it, it'll just naturally pick a spot to fold, but with this, it still kind of just naturally curves in this sort of clunky looking manner. This can bend around radii like this. It doesn't look, like I said, if you crush it a little more, it turns out better and you have support on both sides, but it does work that way, and I should have put the crushed up the ugly side instead of crushing the nice side. It does give you a smooth cardboard fold like that, and that's definitely better than if you had just taken a piece where you got the grain going that way and tried to bend it around. You're gonna end up with a lot of like separate bumps like that. That does work, but it's not super great and it kind of looks wrinkly. So we're gonna go on to something different that works even better. And this also deforms the thickness of the cardboard, which isn't usually something great for when you're modeling, because now this cardboard's thinner than your regular piece of cardboard, which makes dimensions and stuff a little bit confusing. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to split the cardboard again. So we're gonna split a face, and with all these separate cuts, just like we were doing with the grain, we can do it against the grain, and it just turns out a little bit different. All you have to do for this one is take your knife and be sure to cut through only 2 layers of the cardboard. So I'm cutting through the top layer and the corrugation in the middle. Then what I kind of have to do is take the cardboard and bend it back. I'm not going to cut perfectly all the way to that bottom piece of paper without cutting through it. So I'm careful not to cut through the bottom, but I don't actually get all the way there. To finish getting the rest of the way there, I have to take the cardboard and bend it. So here I've got that cut, and now if I bend it out, it just sort of finishes ripping those and it gets all the way down there. I recommend spacing these out far enough that you get support in the middle, but not too far apart. So my kind of rule of thumb is I keep it the same spacing as the corrugation. And now what I got to do is, a lot of the time it's hard to get the cardboard cut right at the start, so I'm finishing up those just like we were doing with the first one. You want to make sure that the split goes all the way down. And one of the cons, one of the annoying things about bending cardboard this way is that it's really easy to accidentally cut all the way through. There we go. So this definitely looks kind of cool because of all these cool like corrugations, and just like the other one looked kind of cool. It has a cleaner look than the crushing the cardboard. So after doing all those cuts, the first thing you want to make sure is that they are evenly spaced. So when you do it with the corrugation, the other way we were talking about, it is kind of naturally evenly spaced because all of those corrugations give you a spacing structure. But over here, I made some of them bigger and some of them smaller, and what that results in is inconsistent width. Especially with these big ones, they're a little bit too big, and if I try to curl it around a circle like this, you get some gaps in there. This can go both ways. It is a little bit tenuous to try and fold backwards into there, but especially if you have a structure to support it, I can get it to go backwards, and if it's got support there, then it won't look too shabby going in like this. So then you can get concave and convex curves. As you can see, it fights me a little bit, but it's definitely easier than doing the crushed method. You also want to make sure you don't cut all the way through the cardboard, and you also can easily make like curvy mistakes like that. But now maybe you're curving your cardboard and you've got that nice smooth curve, but this corrugation on the bottom is bugging you because it's kind of ugly and you wanted to keep it looking nice there. You could put it on top of your circle or whatever you're going around, but then you have this corrugation to deal with right there, and that doesn't look good either. So you can actually hide this, and the best way to do that is to do what I call the edge notch method. So if I take this piece of cardboard that I want to curve right here, and I figure out how thick my other pieces of cardboard are, for me that's like 1/8 of an inch, but I can also just take another piece of cardboard, set it right here on the edge, and make sure the edges are lined up. Then I'll take my pencil or pen and draw all the way along there. So I line up these edges, and now I have to cut through 2 layers of the cardboard. So the top layer and the middle corrugation. And my pen line is probably a little bit to the outside since I was tracing it along there, so I'll try to stick to the inside of the pen line and make this cut a little bit smaller. I'll go by and clean it up, making sure I don't cut through that bottom layer though. Sweet. And now, one of the easiest ways to get rid of this section that I just cut out, because we want to notch that out, is to take a really thin ruler like this and push down underneath it, and that'll sort of break it all off in a really clean kind of way. You could also just peel it off with your hands, but you tend to get a couple more hairs left in there when you do that. So now we have it like this, and if we just took another piece of cardboard and put them both together, then what we have is a hidden edge. I again should have looked and checked for the messy side and put that on the inside because people are going to be looking at the outside. Now we can cover up the edge with that notch in our cardboard. Maybe I need to make it a little deeper down there, but that is basically what we're going to do. And if that was straight, we would just stop there, but we want to curve our cardboard. So we're going to use our pen again and go down all of these using that same first method that we learned. All right, so now we basically combined 2 things. We combined our edge notch method with our curving cardboard. And this is why I love to teach you separate techniques, because you can take them and put them all together however you want. Boom. Put my glue along this notch right here, and I'll take it and put it on this circle right here, being sure to try and press that circle all the way up into the notch. And we got a little extra down there that we'll deal with at the end, but that's not really the point of this video. Is we can combine our methods, and now we have this amazing looking cylinder, if I had paid attention to which side was ugly, amazing looking cylinder where we've got a smooth curve and the corrugation is covered. So combine those methods, and that's really awesome.